When I moved to Breck in 2013, I never imagined my life would evolve into what it is today. When I look back at my journey, I'm so proud of how far I've come, and I'm even more thankful things didn't work out the way I once thought I wanted them to. In hindsight, there are specific events and key moments that changed the entire trajectory of my life and landed me here, living a dream life I didn't even know I wanted. So today, I'm going to share some of these defining moments, from meeting my husband in a chance encounter to overcoming life's ups and downs to creating a vision for our future and eventually actualizing that vision, which brings us here today to Brecken Wild, our cabin in the woods in the heart of Colorado ski country. So if you guys are ready for a bumpy ride, buckle up, let's go. Love found me when I was least looking for it, and through a random series of events and one silly mistake, I met the love of my life at the bar at the bottom of Keystone Resort. We quickly became partners and started to consider making a life together. As our relationship deepened and our partnership evolved, so did the vision for our future. After we moved in together, we started to think about what living a good life meant to us. And at the time, all we knew is that we wanted to snowboard and adventure together in the mountains for the foreseeable future. We were snowboarding, partying, traveling, and enjoying life to the max. The future seemed so far away, so we didn't give it much thought. We were renting a 400 square foot ski in ski out studio, which we split 50-50. Our expenses were low, our location was killer, and we had it made, and we knew it. Until one day, we got a reality check. Our landlord told us that the owners of the condo wanted to sell and that we couldn't re-sign our lease, which inconveniently ended at the beginning of ski season, the absolute worst time to fight for housing. This was our first bump in the road, soon followed by many more, much bigger bumps. A few months prior, I had suffered a debilitating back injury and was still struggling to cope with the pain. Physical therapy wasn't giving me relief, and my depression was getting worse every single day. Moving was the last thing I wanted to deal with for the 8th time in 5 years, but we had no choice. So out of fear of being homeless and fed up with being at the mercy of landlords, we decided to look at buying a place so no one could kick us out or raise the rent on us ever again. We'd only been together for 2 years at this point, so the thought of committing to co-ownership of a property was scary. But we hired a realtor anyways and started our search. Another big reality check. I couldn't qualify for anything on my own, and even with our salaries combined, we could barely afford one of the 5 cheapest properties in the whole county, and they were all tiny old shithole condos outside of town. We didn't have much saved for a down payment, and our credit scores could have been better too, but we scrambled, made some creative moves, and borrowed the down payment from my 401k and our local first-time home buyer program. In hindsight, it wasn't ideal, but at the time, it was our only option, and we didn't know better. Either way, we made it happen, and we bought an 812 square foot prefab condo built in 1982, 8 minutes from downtown Breck, and we were stoked. While this move initially was made out of fear, it turned out to be the best decision ever and the beginning of a life-changing shift for us. When we first moved to our condo, I had no idea what I was doing financially speaking. No goals, no strategy, and no budget. Our new mortgage was more than double what we'd paid in rent, plus we had private mortgage insurance, another $330 a month because we were only able to put 7% down. Before long, I had a growing pile of credit card debt, a car payment I could barely afford, overdue medical bills, student loans, and expensive bad habits like vaping and going out. But as we began to make updates to the condo, our priorities started to shift, and the more time, energy, and money we invested into our home, the more pride and attachment we felt to it. We slowly started to deprioritize things like partying and focus more on building our investments, thus shifting our entire spending hierarchy and our financial outlook. As the condo got nicer and appreciation started to kick in too, we were able to drop our PMI, refi to a much lower rate, and shave $1,000 a month off our mortgage. Inspired by this progress, and with a much higher level of financial literacy at this point, we started to look forward and open our minds to the possibilities ahead if we could get smart with our money. This led to building credit consistently, managing debt smartly, saving automatically, and investing back into the condo and ourselves. Over time, our debt began to diminish, our investments rose in value, and our credit scores soared. Once again, we had it made and we knew it. But there was a new problem. We were over the condo life. The constant noise of neighbors, dogs barking and pooping all over, parking wars with short-term rentals, and most of all, the fact that the HOA limited what we could and couldn't do with our property. Plus, as we got older, got married, and got a dog, we started to crave a simpler, quieter life where we could put down deeper roots and spend more time with nature and have our own space. We started to dream about a cabin in the woods, the ultimate mountain scenario for the life that we wanted. The more over the condo life we got, the deeper this cabin dream rooted itself in us until eventually it became a goal. With our new financial habits compounding on autopilot and our vision for the future getting stronger, clearer, and more specific, all we had to do was work, wait, and watch. During COVID, when my 30-day furlough turned into 8 months of unemployment, I got my real estate license as career path plan B. A move that once again I made out of fear and anxiety about an uncertain future, yet one that ended up being a critical piece to the puzzle down the road. Literally, the week after I passed my real estate exams, I was rehired by my corporate job in the ski industry and never even hung my license to activate it. But I started paying close attention to the local real estate market. Unfortunately, by this time, real estate prices had exploded in Breck, and while our condo was now worth double what we'd paid for it, so was everything else. Our dream of a quiet cabin in the woods here, in Breck, suddenly seemed further away than ever, like impossible. So we started to give up on our dream. We started to look outside of Breck and even outside of Colorado for a compromise. Until one random Tuesday night around 11 p.m., sitting on the couch, aimlessly scrolling through my phone while procrastinating bedtime, I happened to open the Trulia app and there it was. Our cabin. I showed my husband and we both knew instantly. This was the one. But how were we gonna get it? There had to be a bunch of other people interested, and likely multiple cash offers well over asking price, which was the standard around here, especially on a property this awesome. We set up a showing for the next day, stayed up all night strategizing, called in sick to work, and went ready to battle with everything that we had. We saw the property the next day, made a full price offer, which to our surprise was accepted, and we went under contract. Although the details of our deal is remarkable and deserves to be shared, I'm gonna save that for another video. For now, I'm gonna sum it up as one of those rare, magical, meant to be moments. And a month later, we found ourselves here at Brecken Wild, stepping into our dream that we were so close to giving up on. The moral of the story is that life can be unpredictable and bumpy, but if you have a clear vision for what it is you want to achieve, stay dedicated and take consistent action towards it, your dreams will become reality. So if you're feeling discouraged, stuck, or ready to give up on your dreams, don't. Keep going, keep growing, and keep putting in the work. No matter how tough it gets, no matter how close you feel to giving up, you are likely a lot closer to a breakthrough than you think, and the universe will know when you're ready. It might not happen slowly. It might happen all at once, like Brecken Wild finding us on that Tuesday night in April. And after almost a full year here, I can honestly say that the cabin life is even better than I dreamed. I'm humbled, I'm honored, and I'm so grateful to be able to spend my days and my life in this magical, amazing place. I'll tell the full story of our epic and unorthodox double real estate deal soon, but for now, check out this video on how we thrive winters here at nearly 11,000 feet. It's no easy task, so come get snowed in with me. See you there, and until then, be wild.